Hello students, today we are going to study first numerical of previous year gate question. Now question is given as a construction project consists of 12 activities. Now the estimated duration in days required to complete each of the activity along with the corresponding network diagram is shown below. Total floats in day for activity 5, 7 and 11, 12 for the project are respectively. Now in this question we need to calculate the total float for activity 5, 7 and activity 11, 12. Now here activity is shown as well as its description is shown and the duration of that activity is shown in days. Now this is the network diagram for this question. Now we need to determine the total float for 5, 7 that is for activity G and total float for 11, 12 that is for activity L. Now for finding the total float we have to determine the value of TE and TL, that is the earliest expected time and latest allowable time. So for event 1 the value of TE will be equals to 0, so we will write here 0. Now for event 2 it will be equals to 0 plus 1, so it will be equals to 1. Similarly for event 3 it will be equals to 1 plus 7, that is 8, so we will write here 8. Now for event 4 it will be equals to 8 plus 30, that will be equals to 38. For event 6 it will be equals to 38 plus 25, which will be equals to 63, so we will write here 63. Similarly for event 8 it will be equals to 63 plus 7, that will be equals to 70, so we will write here 70. Now for event 5 it will be equals to 8 plus 30, that is 38, which is shown here. Now for event 7 it will be equals to 38 plus 25, which will be equals to 63, which is written here. Now for event 9 it will be equals to 63 plus 7, that will be equals to 70, which will shown here. Now for event 10 the earliest expected time, that is TE, will be equals to 7 plus 70, that is 77 from both the events, that is event 8 and from event 9. So it will be equals to 77. Now for event 11 it will be equals to 77 plus 3, so it will be equals to 80, and for event 12 it will be equals to 80 plus 1, that is 81. Now if TL is not given, then we have to take this value equals to TE, that is equals to 81. Now for event 11 TL will be equals to 81 minus 1, which will be equals to 80. Similarly for event 10 it will be equals to 80 minus 3, that will be equals to 77. Now for event 8 and 9 it will be equals to 77 minus 7, that is 70, which is shown here. Here also 70. Similarly for event 6 and 7 it will be equals to 70 minus 7, which will be equals to 63, which is shown here. Now for event 4 and 5 it will be equals to 63 minus 25, so it will be equals to 38 and 38. For event 3 it will be equals to 38 minus 30, which will be equals to 8, so 8 is shown here. Now for event 2 it will be equals to 8 minus 7, which will be equals to 1, which is shown here, and for event 1 it will be equals to 1 minus 1, which is shown here. Now for finding the total float of activity 5, 7, we have to write here the earliest starting time of activity 5, 7, it will be equals to 38. Now earliest finish time of activity 5, 7 will be equals to 63. Similarly, latest finish time for activity 5, 7 will be equals to 63, and latest start time for activity 5, 7 will be equals to 38. Now we know that total float will be equals to LST minus EST or LFT minus EFT. Both will give the same answer. So here LST value is given as 38 and EST value is also equals to 38. So it will be equals to 0. So total float for activity 5, 7 will be equals to 0. Now for finding the total float of activity 11, 12, we have to write the EST value for activity 11, 12, which will be equals to 80 here. Similarly, EFT for activity 11, 12 will be equals to 81. Similarly, LFT for activity 11, 12 will be equals to 81, and LST for activity 11, 12 will be equals to 80. Now we have to find the total float. It will be equals to LST minus EST or LFT minus EFT. You can use both the formulas. So LST value is given here as 80 and EST value is given as 80. Now after solving this, we will have total float equals to 0 for activity 11-12. So we had determined the total float for activity 5-7 and for 11-12, the total float will be equals to 0 for both the activity. That is all about this numerical. Thank you very much, students.